Peace, family. This is your boy Gerald. It is the 13th of April 2020, Monday. A new week. The sun is about to set. It's quiet. Sipping on a beverage of choice right now. And as I always do, I'm aware. Taking in the clouds as they cascade across the sky, as well as listening to the birds chirp, trying to not give any entertainment to those who've yet to grow, but I have faith they'll get there. And I really believe, family, that what it boils down to is not only manifestation, but believing what you speak, being mindful of what you put out of your inner self. Because you've heard people say, if you believe it, you can achieve it, but there requires responsibility and action in the process. And, I convey love to each and every one of you. And I want nothing but the best for you and yours. And to do so, family, you've got to look at things for what they are. That's right. Look at things for what they are, because when you do so, you're acknowledging what is being presented, not what is accepted. And I wanted to also throw this out here for those of you who may have embrace the entrepreneur spirit. Some of you are contemplating diversifying your streams of income, which you should always do. And those who've already embarked on it and are feeling the effects of what's going on with the economy. Because until we are able to truly understand the highs, the lows, the plateaus, can we truly understand what our norm is going to be? Now, for those people who have embarked on the entrepreneur journey, I commend you. But you have some resources out there if you're feeling the effects. And I convey this to each and every one of you to go online and go on the Small Business Administration Assistance website, sba.gov. And I'm saying that because this is something that a lot of us don't know, that they are granting 10K to help offset any, how should I say, any losses that you've taken. They're also on that website. If you have personnel that are employed by you, that's the PPP program. It's also there. But if you look under the COVID-19 disaster, I want to say recovery program or something like that, it's there. It's the number, it's the second bullet. But if you're an independent contractor, if you're there's different descriptives because they've expanded it, that if you fit the criteria, they're going to give you $10,000 to help you get back on your feet. Now, I'd highly recommend that you look at the descriptive and see if it applies. And the one thing about it is the first 10K is forgiven. That's right, you ain't got to pay it back. So, but there are requirements that are needed, because there are going to be people that are looking for the come up. That's the world we live in. And but then there's a greater amount of people that just do not know that those resources are there due to the COVID-19 I think it was $2.2 trillion bailout, because that's what it is. It's a bailout to save the economy. I wanted to throw that out to each and every one of you, because this may be the opportunity that you need that will help you financially stay afloat if it applies. And that's one thing about our community. We don't discuss the things that matter because we allow our pride, as well as not being aware of what resources are there. Because I'll tell you what, there are those that already know, and there are those, the moment that it was signed into law, they've already put their requirements in there, and they've already gotten it. They've already gotten it. Just like I know there are some of you that are waiting for your stimulus to come. If you filed your taxes within the last 2 years, you'll receive it. I've received mine. Mine came today. And they're just trying to legitimize it so that everybody that's entitled, at a minimum, receives something to help them, And, it's that thing. It's that proverbial saying, not knowing is not an excuse. So it is about empowering each other. It is about stepping out and turning the proverbial stone so that what you need can be benefited from, because you deserve that. You totally deserve that. So I wanted to ensure that everybody that on my channel knows about it, because I know this can be a daunting time. This can be a frightening time for those, and you deserve to have peace of mind. You deserve it. So for me to you, I'm going to always have your best interest. I'm going to, because you're blessed. So lastly, I had this on my spirit, and I don't want to sound hypocritical, but you know me, I'm going to speak my truth. That's the only way I know how. That's just who I am. And I'm human just like you. I've got, I have days where I have to add another prayer to the affirmations. I got to do it. I'm just like you, But I also understand that at the end of the day, we all have to be accountable. We all have to do our part. And we also accept the fact that we live in a world that there may be those who have access to you directly or indirectly that will not have your best interest. That's the sad reality of it, isn't it? And, I'm seeing so many contradictions of what's going on, and what's being promoted in regards to this time that we're going through in regards to this pandemic. We're not even at the bottom basement level of norm. We're not. We're playing with it. I can't tell you how many people I've seen today out and about just running, shirts off, getting their workout on, but yet on the same breath, they tell you you're supposed to have a mask on. They're telling you, hey, look here, you're accelerating the probability of infection because your pores are open. So if your pores are open, guess what? It has opportunity for pathogens to get access to what's inside you. But we don't care about that. Not all of us. I had someone make a comment that was very disparaging. I don't want to say ignorant. It was just very disparaging, and wanted to throw the politics angle into it, and because you have a lot of people that I like to say have embraced the Kool-Aid, and they're listening to, well, let's hurry up and get back to work. Let's hurry up and act like yesterday was the day before the pandemic, even though worldwide we lead the world in cases. And when I saw that, I was like, at the end of the day, it's your responsibility of what you choose to do. But it's disparaging because it won't hit home until, unfortunately, you have a loved one that's in ICU. And then you have someone representing the hospital and having to come to you and tell you, I'm sorry, but your healthcare is not enough. That's when it's going to get real. And I don't wish that on nobody. But the fact of the matter is, you've got 20-year-olds that are passing. You're having those that are seasoned in their age that are pretty much proverbially those deemed as at risk. But when you look at the stats, now let's keep in mind, stats are skewed. Until we are at a place of plateau, we're not going to fully know exactly where we're at. Let's be honest about that. Who's taking the stats? Who's doing them? Who's actually authentically making note? Notice, have you hadn't heard nothing about the census being accounted for, have you? Right? So how are you measuring this? So, and I'm not saying this to be pessimistic. I'm just saying this just looking at it from a real point of view. People have to be responsible for what they put out, because if it's on the internet, it's on there forever, and you don't know what said actions or said what was communicated will have an influence on the future generations that'll see this and those whose reality it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important, family. Keep your immune system up as high as you can get it. Keep it as high as you can get it. If you're not taking vitamins, now's the time that you should invest in that. Don't play with your health. Sometimes you don't get a second chance. But like I said, vitamin B, vitamin C, magnesium, zinc, iron, iodine pills. You add that into your regimen, you'll be fine. Stay hydrated. Get your ample rest. There's a difference between rest and sleep. That's why some people have the ability that they can sleep anywhere. They can sleep standing up. It's possible. So, I just want you guys to be okay. And you will be okay. But it starts with you. Now, I know you're going to have some people that will take the aspect of the skeptic. And I used to always say, a fool believes that God exists when the earth shakes. How many of y'all realized a couple of days ago the Krakatoa volcano exploded? It's online. It didn't get no traffic online. That's a major volcano. Major in Indonesia. And it's online. Now, with that being said, you think that eruption's not going to have an effect on the tectonic plates? How about the atmosphere that we breathe? Because it's got to go somewhere. So I'm just saying. And you think that's not going to have an impact on your immune system? You got people down south that are getting flurries. But yet the next day, it's 70 degrees. What's going on with our atmosphere? There's only one God, fam. And while you do have scientists that will never be heroic to admit that they believe in mankind, and a lot of them are atheists because they believe in man, not God. They're going to test that. And everybody's going to be judged in the appropriate time. So what I'm saying to each and every one of you right now, don't worry about what happened yesterday. But at least give yourself enough time to assess it, learn from it as best you can, and make the appropriate decisions for tomorrow. Because I'm going to tell you what. I told somebody the other day, you might not be able at where you're at to believe in miracles and blessings. That's okay. But take heed and take note to those who do. Let them be your example. And like some of the seasoned elders would say, I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm going to leave it alone right there. But I look forward to showing you some things in the next couple of months. Thank you for your support. I love hearing from you. I love interacting with you. And I want to be able to communicate with you tomorrow, whenever tomorrow is. But what requires more than ever is that you have to be grounded today, committed to tomorrow. Mind, body, and spirit. Stay blessed, family, because you are. Peace.